We're live on Facebook. Speaking. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It is good. Things are good.
Have you been? You've been away on your holidays.
I did. I went away.
Long time since we last caught up.
Yes, over a week. Yes.
Over a full week.
Over 7 days. Would you believe?
I wouldn't believe it. I feel like I'm missing something. Like I haven't done something. I haven't got something ready. But
No, I think we're all right. We'll just make it up as we go along, like we always do.
We dabbled with Facebook Live this week, so on Start for 10. Pardon me. Sorry, I've also got really bad wind, which I'm not even going to try and explain. We're on Facebook Live at Start for 10, so you can watch a live stream if you're lucky enough to join us, or you can go back and watch it.
Go back and watch it. We'll probably keep it live.
Probably just do it all the time now. I know how to do it now. So right.
Yeah, the quality's not great, but we'll try and improve it next time.
Yeah, definitely. Right.
Cool.
Yeah, he's George.
He's Angus.
And this is Start for 10.
Yes, it is.
This is episode 25.
25.
We've got to 25, so we thought we'd help this with
quarter of a century.
25th broadcast.
Yeah.
Live. With video. Boom. From a webcam that I had when I was a boy.
From 2000.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. But
A Logitech.
give me a chance. I've got other cameras and I will get it working.
Yep.
Right. Cool.
So, today, this week, we're brought to you by Jacob's Cracker
Crisp. I can't remember the name of the beer, but it was really good.
It's Shepherd's Neame.
Shepherd's Neame.
Indian Pale Ale. Shepherd's Neame's a brewery. Indian Pale Ale. It's really nice.
It was quite good. It's quite a serious beer,
6.1.
Wow, a really serious beer.
Yep, it's nice.
Would you like me to start going? Would you like me to just jump straight in?
Just go in. Just boom. We've done the
I got two starters. You can take your pick. Would you rather have something a bit geeky, which is also funny, with a brass band, or would you rather have Halloween costumes causing fury?
Wow, that's a good selection.
Take your pick.
I think either of those would be good. So you name them one and two, and I'll pick one or two.
One or two? Go on.
Two.
Right. Brass band it is.
Boom.
Right. In news this week, a boy has racked up an €100,000 bill advertising his brass band.
€100,000?
Yes. A 12-year-old Spanish boy who set up a website to promote his brass band has accidentally racked up €100,000 in advertising fees through Google AdWords.
What, 100,000?
Basically, right?
Shit.
Google AdWords is that thing that shows up with all your... So when you search something, somebody pays and they come to the top of the list.
Yeah,
right?
Basically.
Now, this boy was under the impression that people clicking on his adverts would earn him money. As opposed to him having to pay...
So he thought he'd earned 100 grand rather than...
Yes.
Spent 100 grand.
So he basically read it wrong. So every time somebody clicked on the link, he was charged a fee. And
oh my God.
Yes. Google have actually been pretty good about it and have written the whole thing off.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is a good bit of good news for the week, you know?
Good guy Google.
So basically, he was called Jose, like all Spanish people. We're not stereotypical at all.
You do have Juan as well.
Yeah. Her son wanted to buy instruments for his band, Los Sacarezos.
Nicely said. Have you been practicing that?
No, I genuinely haven't. I think I've said it wrong anyway. It's loosely translated as The Salties.
The Salties.
In which he plays the trumpet.
Cool.
The parents only realised what was going on when the bank called him to let him know about the charges.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir, you have £100,000 charge from Google?
Yeah, basically. But you wonder what words he's managed to put on his...
Probably brass band, I imagine, which is probably quite an expensive keyword to use in an advert.
Well, as all good ideas here, I have searched for the brass band.
Oh, wow.
And I'm on their website, which has crashed.
Wow.
Unsurprisingly.
So there's probably quite a lot of people...
Unsurprisingly.
Trying to read it.
Well, hopefully he's raised enough money to buy brass instruments for everybody and get his website back online.
I hope so. We had another comment on our Facebook Live.
What does it say?
says, I can't tell if filmed by a toaster or filmed from the 80s. I think you'll actually find it's being filmed on a potato.
Can we go for...
Good guess.
I would rather... Can we just say it was a film from the 80s? Because then it would at least have this, like, noir... like, film noir thing, which was an intent... That would be a style choice.
That was actually our intention.
It's not a style choice. It was out of necessity.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Have you ever had any experience with huge volumes of money leaving your bank account without you realising?
No. No. My dad had a phone call from Barclaycard once. Saying, "Oh, hi, Mr. Bennett. Are you currently in Sweden trying to purchase 26 Nokia phones?"
Oh.
To which Dad said, "No." Considering they'd rung him on the house phone, it was pretty, pretty unlikely, wasn't it?
So somebody used your dad's
so someone
card
managed to get the
buy
details
26 burners
and tried to buy 26 Nokia phones in Sweden,
presumably for illicit activities.
I imagine so, but they got declined, and
the Nokia is the ultimate phone for that, though.
Yeah, well, they are basically bombs in themselves, aren't they? They're so rock solid.
Yes. If you were going to build bombs, or if you were going to, I don't know, use them for drug dealing or something, they're quite robust.
Yeah. Probably waterproof, mostly waterproof.
The phone of the roadman.
Yeah. Phone of anyone who needs something hard and durable.
Is that what it is?
Probably.
I had a Nokia, but years ago. And I remember a friend of mine also had a Nokia. And he had his. He's like, oh, it's well strong. And he takes it and he rolls it out and he holds it up and taps it on a wall. And the screen just goes and just smashes. But back in the day, he felt really bad.
That would have been amazing.
But back in the day, it was when you could take the front off the case of the phone. So he just gave me his front, which was quite a generous offer.
He bashed your phone?
Yeah.
On the wall?
So he took my phone to show how robust both of our phones were, smashing the screen to 1,000 pieces, for him then to give me...
Oh my God.
Yeah. So he did actually...
Are you going to name and shame? Is he probably listening?
No, unlikely.
Okay.
I don't think he will be listening.
Are you going to name and shame him? Or?
No, I'm not going to name and shame. I just realised I'm going to share our link.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. 22 people saw the post, apparently. 22 people.
Yeah, so I won't name and shame him. But yeah, he broke my phone.
That's quite a funny story. Have you ever broken any other phones?
Oh man, the list is long. I've had the heartbreak of watching one go round in the washing machine. Like, you literally putting it in the washing machine and going, oh, where's my phone? And going and looking for it, and it's falling out your pocket. It's in the glass window going, whoop.
How did you get... Could you just backtrack? How did you wind up getting your phone in there in the first place?
We just leave it in your pocket, don't you? I think I'd been out to play or something as a child. Motorola Razr at the time.
Razr? You had a Razr?
I did. From Tesco, that real thin one.
Yeah, really thin.
And it was on like a Tesco pay-as-you-go deal or whatever. So it was probably quite an expensive handset at the time.
Probably. That's like the iPhone of then, yesteryear.
Yeah, probably. And then I left it in my pocket and it was a bit keen. And then it went through the wash.
It went round and round in the washing machine.
Oh, the best one I lost, though, it snowed. And when we had a lot of snow, I mean, like...
Yeah, when Chudley was snowed in.
When Chudley was snowed in, they had to close the road
in the winter of, like, 2010?
Well,
or earlier, because it happened twice.
Yeah. How 2010 would be 6 years ago. So, yeah, 6 years ago. Probably something then. Like all good children, we go and play on the big hill and ride down the hill
Steeps.
on the bumper of a Dennis truck.
Yep, that's a good idea.
Because that's definitely how the ultimate sledge. So the first day I went up there on Dennis the bumper with loads of other people, and I realised that I was probably going to lose a phone at this time. So what I did was take my tiny, like, £9 Samsung, like...
Good idea.
So
take the cheap phone.
because I didn't want to break the other phone.
Yep, sensible.
Sure enough, I lose the phone. Well,
brilliant.
I knew it had fallen out of my pocket somewhere, and to be honest, I was like, it's £9. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to be...
Well, that's why you swapped them.
Yeah. And it's not... There's no way I'm ever going to find it. And then the snow took forever to go. It took literally a week.
It
maybe did take a week, if not more.
Yeah, it took a long time. So after about
10 or 12
Especially the
days,
snowman that was built.
Yeah, and the giant snow penis on the hill and all those things where people put it all together. After about maybe 10 to 12 days, my mum was like, oh, let's go for a walk. So we went, and I was like, oh, do you know what? We'll kill two birds with one stone.
And see if you find it.
And walk back in the same place where we lost the phone. Sure enough, we walk up the hill, and I was like, oh, this is just a total waste of time. And then, on her left...
It was right there.
Right there. Found it. Best of all, I was like, oh, it's definitely broken, isn't it? I go home, put it on, charged, no sweat.
Really?
No problem. I reckon it must have fallen out of my pocket or something, and then been covered over by other snow to almost keep it like shielded from the abuse of all the kids sledging over it. I mean, that hill there was hundreds of people sledging on the hill.
Used it. Well, it's so steep.
It's the steepest, most obvious hill to go to.
The steeps.
Yeah, so that was that.
Yeah, I've never lost a phone. I've broken. Well, not really broken phones. I tend to just run them into the ground. I just keep, even if it breaks, I'm like, no, I will keep you alive.
These were all my days that were like pre-iPhone. I guess you'd
But
say.
like, didn't you the other week drop a phone in the toilet? Or have we already discussed that?
Yeah, I did it coughing, but that's a different. I've talked about that. Yeah, but that's a different issue.
Unbelievable.
For another day. But I as well. How else have I lost? How else have I broken ones?
I don't think I have.
The list is... I've had them... I've been a bit annoyed where I basically updated them via Wi-Fi and they've like melted the insides of them. Turned out that was annoying.
Really?
Yeah, and I had one when I went out. We had like a monsoonal summer shower. That my pockets and everything got waterlogged. And then I was down at Baldy's house and we were playing on the trampoline. I must have been like 13. And I rang my mum and tried to talk to her while doing a flip. And
as you do,
as I was that's what you do, isn't it? It's the stupid kind of thing you did. Yeah. And as I was bouncing around, she's like, "It sounds like you're underwater," and then whoop, it cuts off and never came back on again.
That was it.
So yeah, the flipping water action killed that one. I'm just really bad with electronic technology.
You have a really bad track record.
I do, probably. Yeah.
How many phones have you owned in your life then? Count them.
Probably 8 or 9.
Really? That many?
Yeah, maybe.
I suppose if you're that prone to breaking them, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, now they last 2 years. It's fine. But when I was in the age when I was 13 and I used to just sling stuff in my pockets and run off. But I don't know. And also, it depends what kind of... It depends, like, if you live like a childhood like mine of just doing stupid stuff all the time.
It's going to get broken.
Most days ended up with me getting soaking wet.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time before these things break. Which is why I'm quite excited about the new like line of phones,
which are waterproof.
Yeah, or semi-waterproof. You know.
It's irritating though because in Japan they've been waterproof for years.
Yeah, as I've said before,
because
I think
it's monsoon over there all the time, so they have to be.
I think it's a conspiracy anyway. They make them to break at the right time, so you have to buy more.
Well, I do wonder that because it was exactly a year that I'd had my phone, exactly a year, and I noticed a performance difference. It just started. It started acting slowly.
Mm.
And I was thinking, why is this being so slow? It's like, oh my god, it's been a year.
The conspiracy, the calendar, it turns on and then it knows how to break. I wonder, especially battery life and stuff. Well, battery life. Surely we know about this. It's too big a conspiracy to be happening.
You think people would have run tests?
You would, definitely. I saw a guy, when the new iPhone came out, I saw a bloke who put every iPhone from the first one to the 7S Plus or whatever the new thing is and turned them all on at the same time and ran tests on how they did all the different stuff at different times. Completely geeky, kind of interesting, I guess, if that's what you're into. And, the newest one isn't the fastest.
Really?
Yeah,
Which one was the best, do you remember? 5S or something?
No, I think the 6S on the newest stuff was the one before was faster than the new one.
It probably gets to that point where how much software
becomes limiting factors.
We had a comment saying Bush did it.
Oh, Bush did everything. Bush did 9/11 as well.
Bush did it. Wow, let's not get into 9/11.
But Bush did do 9/11. American politics has gone a bit mental.
Well, I've been away for a week, so if anything's happened in this week...
It all happened yesterday.
Oh, did it?
Because Donald Trump, somebody leaked a video...
Didn't someone say that he's going a bit crazy or something?
Well, somebody leaked a video that would... If it had been anybody else other than Donald Trump, it would have literally nailed his campaign and he'd have been dead forever. But because it's Donald Trump, people seem to almost rally around and like the guy because of what he said and done. Which is...
So what's happened then?
I can't remember how old the video is. Maybe 11 years old, super old video. Of him being just incredibly misogynistic. Like, unbelievably so.
He's just a tit, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
I'm live on Facebook calling out Donald Trump.
It's better than calling out Putin.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to call out Putin.
But yeah, Donald Trump was kind of, I don't know, it's weird. He is awful, but then equally
He does seem to be.
The other option is also awful.
I don't know enough about her because she's not in we don't get the negative side so much. I think it's because the rest of the world and the rest of media just see her as, well, lesser of the two evils, so let's not really publish anything bad about her.
Yeah, agreed. I saw a thing which was a lady who, when she used to be not a barrister, somebody represents somebody in court if they've been a naughty boy.
An attorney?
Yes. She was an attorney before she was what she is now, which is, I guess, is just a candidate.
Politician.
Yeah, and she was an attorney, and she represented a child rapist, and he was actually cleared. So essentially the news came out that she cleared a child rapist, which isn't what happened. Turns out she was actually really reluctant to represent the guy and all sorts. And then that got me thinking about all the sort of the ethical, if you are an attorney for somebody and you full well know they've done something wrong.
Well, it's in a film, isn't it? There's a film about it.
Yeah.
With McConaughey?
I'm not even going to doubt you, because every time you do this, you're 100% right.
There's a film about Matthew McConaughey who represents the bad guys and normally wins, and then he represents these people in a gang or something. I don't know. I can't remember. I did watch it, but I don't remember it that well. It was like one of his early films.
The Lincoln Lawyer?
Lincoln Lawyer, that's it.
Oh, 2011, The Lincoln Lawyer. Do you know anything else, any other facts that you're willing to shed on this one? Because you'll definitely know
on
them
that
anyway.
Film? No, I did watch it, but I can't really remember.
7.3 out of 7.3.
I know one of his first films was Fool's Gold. And that wasn't a great film. I saw that on an aeroplane.
Fool's Gold.
I saw it on an aeroplane, and he was chasing a pirate ship's treasure or something in the Caribbean.
Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, it was like his first feature film.
I've never seen that.
No one has.
You watch a lot of really awful
I was on an aeroplane, so it was an aeroplane film, okay?
But aeroplanes mostly nowadays put on like films that are still in the cinema.
But this was like way back.
First choice flight to Lanzarote.
Yeah, basically. And
just the flight you met Bernard.
I didn't meet him on a flight. I met him at a hotel. In fact, I think it might have been those holidays though when we went to Malta.
As if the Maltese holiday where you met Bernard's watch.
Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Fool's Gold, 2008. Oh no, it's too late. It's
way too late.
Yeah, Fool's Gold, Matthew McConaughey. It's got a Metascore of 29.
Wow. Wow.
It's got Matthew McConaughey, Kate Hudson, and Donald Sutherland.
2.9 out of 10, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Wow, that was buried.
Yeah, it was bad, I suppose.
If I'm watching something like that, I would just turn it off.
Well, I was on a plane, so I couldn't really do that.
What was that? One of those planes? Was it a bit like on a coach?
It was
where
like
somebody puts a video on at the front.
Yeah, I couldn't choose what I was watching. It was just the film that was on.
What an elected representative chose to put on
Fool's Gold.
Well,
it was suitable for children, you see.
Oh, I see.
It was one of his early films, definitely. Although he was in Tropic Thunder, which I've forgotten.
They definitely wouldn't be allowed to put on Tropic Thunder in the front of a plane.
I also watched 8 Below on an aeroplane. That was pretty good. You seen 8 Below?
No.
Oh, that's a great film. It had Paul Walker in it.
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
Do you mean 48 Below?
No, 8 Below.
8 Below. 2006. 8 Below.
It was about...
it's a Disney film.
Yeah, it was a Disney film about
with sled dogs.
Huskies, yeah, who there was a storm and he had to leave them behind, and they ran off and survived in the wilderness by themselves. And it's a true story.
You remember when we did that 5-minute episode?
Yeah.
And our starter was Brink, the Disney action inline. I genuinely spent about 10 minutes trying to locate Brink. Can't find it.
Anywhere.
I can't find it.
Nobody knows. Nobody has a copy of it.
No.
It's been wiped off the face of the planet.
I'm starting to think that Brink may have not... Disney may have removed it from the viewing purposes of the internet.
Because it was terrible.
Because it wasn't that good, which is disappointing.
No, 8 Below's good.
8 Below.
It's a good watch if you ever want to
Paul
cry
Walker,
on a Sunday afternoon.
Jerry Shepherd, playing as Jerry Shepherd. Paul Walker. They keep CGIing him into the new Furious films, don't they?
Yeah, a bit of his face. But he left, didn't he? He's left the series. In the series, he has left.
Good.
Obviously, he's dead, but... Because in the very last film, he filmed...
R.I.P. Harambe. They have the same cult hero status now, aren't they?
He died like halfway through it or towards the end, so they used his brother for some of the side shots and back shots, but then CGI'd his face in to a couple of shots.
I will admit, I have given up on the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yep, up to 7 films.
We're up
ridiculous.
To Furious 7 now.
Well, I basically started thinking to myself, okay, this franchise has gone down the pan when Jason Statham was the bad guy and was defeated. I was like, sorry, no, nobody beats Jason Statham.
The only films that ever go up to the numbers that high are porn films. like they can. No other franchise goes to like.
I don't know. Star
7.
Wars has 7.
Yeah, but they don't keep calling it that, do they? They don't keep calling it like Star Wars 6. It's a name, but obviously it's the 6th one. Or okay, we're not going to get into the numbering system, but it's the 6th film from or the 7th film from Star Wars. But it's
we're on to the 8th one now. The 8th one's
coming out at Christmas
Rogue
probably.
One.
Or is it going to be later than Christmas?
I think it's Christmas. Rogue One should be quite good. It's like a prequel.
And this is the first Christmas for a long time that we haven't had a Hobbit film.
Yeah, no Hobbits. No Hobbits anymore.
But I'd lost interest in that anyway.
I didn't watch any of the Hobbit films.
Keep it that way. There was one cool scene where they floated down a river in barrels that was shot on GoPro. And other than that, cool. Wouldn't bother with it.
Yeah, no. So
there's a lot of watching to scrape through for that one scene with the barrels. Which I think was in the second one.
No, it was filmed at a higher frame rate, just to geek out a bit.
Yeah, 48. It looks weirdly smooth.
Higher frame rate. Yeah, people didn't like it.
It's quite, not nauseating, but it's very smooth. It's like watching telly as opposed to...
That's right, yeah, rather than a film.
Film's
actually quite a slow frame rate, which people don't realise.
24 frames per second.
That's right,
23.976 or something like that.
Which is quite slow considering people's iPhones probably shoot at about 60 at full HD.
Yeah, 60.
Full HD.
So films feel choppy. So you only notice it really when something is panning sideways or up or down, or something's running across camera.
That's a better
something tracking with it. So, because essentially video is made up of photos taken per second. So you're taking 24 pictures per second and showing them as opposed to 60 per second, which is obviously going to be smoother.
Yeah.
But
which is why on films, cars and people running is always blurred. But creatively, sometimes they do things to make it feel, to add the tension as well and make it feel even choppier by slowing it down to maybe like 22 and all sorts of weird things like that. But, sorry, that was Ultimate Geek. Yeah, just chucking it in there.
Cinema.
So Peter Jackson likes to film in a higher frame rate.
Well, he played with it, and also 3D, which once again, I mean, we've gone another summer, and there's been nothing big released in 3D.
It's just not going to kick off. I remember having a conversation with my dad years ago.
It's been round before, and they canned it.
Well, this is the thing. I spoke to him about it years ago, and I was like, I reckon the 3D is going to be the thing. You know, everyone's really pushing for it. Lots of money's being spent. You know, basically, the porn industry is getting into it. So if they get into it, everyone else follows. DVD, VHS. So I thought, maybe something will happen here. And Dad was like, nah, won't happen. He said, this has been said so many times, and it never comes off.
The only one that...
3D will not come off. And it didn't. It fell flat on its ass.
I can see coming now...
VR?
Is we're going to have VR cinemas.
Which is stupid, because the one thing that people didn't like about 3D, the thing that put everyone off was wearing glasses. But VR, you wear a full headset. It's crazy. But I suppose the experience is better with VR.
Oh, it's mad.
Yeah, so that's the difference.
And I can see, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years maybe, or surely Disney will make it in a ride where you can go and...
Oh, they're already doing it.
They're already doing it.
It'll be in
3 years. So there'll be some things that will work. Like, you can stick a GoPro on the front of a car, 6 GoPros, like a dice.
Yeah, they're
in a dice
awesome.
formation. It'll stitch it together into a 360 panorama. You see them on Facebook feed and all sorts.
But it's not 360, is it?
What is it?
I don't know.
It covers everything.
Spherical?
Yeah, spherical. So you've got 100% coverage. But yeah, I reckon we'll go to the cinema and we'll go and watch. It'll work really easily with animations. On. Yeah.
You wouldn't even, you don't have to sit in front of a screen. You just...
Yeah, we could all... Do you know what, George? Can we cut this? Can we
just stop just patenting before anyone else gets in?
It's gone out live. Quick. Oh, there's no delay. We can pull the cord.
You can just cram everyone...
Yeah.
Cram everyone into a really small space, whack on a headset, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah. And then you can... But everyone will have to be like in a pen, because you can spin round to see.
Oh, yeah, you can look around.
You can look around. So it has to be... Everyone would have to be in like a squared off pen.
How would you do it?
Stand in a metal hoop.
In wheelie chairs.
Stand in a metal hoop like you're in the carnival. You like to stop the people falling off the carnival floats.
Yes.
Yes, we've got some technological limitations, and at the moment I can only see how it's going to work for animated things, because otherwise you just have the camera crew stood behind, which behind the scenes is pretty cool, but I don't think
would be weird.
I don't think you want all cinema to have behind the scenes.
No, it wouldn't work. Before VR gets into film, they're gonna have to change the way that they film.
Well, they'll have to have four camera crews shooting from all angles.
Basically, it's just going to be so much CGI.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It'll work really well for animation.
We don't have the computers capable of A, making films that big, C, ways of transporting that amount of data, and sorry, I went from A to C. And D, we don't have any device capable of actually showing that.
I don't know, the Titan bayonet down there.
Yeah, but you're not going to buy 400 of those and fill a cinema with them, are you?
Nah, you're not. You're not going to be able to
no.
provide everybody with 400 Titan bayonets.
No.
But no, I can see that that's the way that we'll probably experiment, maybe on a smaller scale.
Probably smaller scale. It'll be theme park rides. That's where they'll do it, because they've already got sort of 3D theme park rides anyway.
4D or whatever they call it.
But it's 3D without glasses, which is what I couldn't get my head around when.
Is that a bit like Tupac as a hologram?
I don't know. It must have been
Tupac came
hologram.
back.
Yeah, I remember. And the Gorillaz were doing it years before, though. Gorillaz had a live performance at Glastonbury or something where they all appeared as holograms as their characters, which was awesome.
Glastonbury tickets are out today. I don't know anyone.
I didn't know that. No.
The website crashed yet again.
Obviously, it's designed to.
It's a conspiracy. Bush did it.
Bush did it. What was I saying? Yeah, so in Universal Islands of Adventure in Florida, I went on a Harry Potter ride, and it's 3D without glasses. I just couldn't get my head around how it worked. I just couldn't get my head around it.
No, I can't see
the keyboard. I hope that didn't do anything.
Don't worry, it's fine. Yeah, I can't. I don't understand how that will work. I did hear a really good theory about Tupac.
Oh yeah,
that he was going to come back. He's going to come
back
from.
Well,
he's not dead. He's not dead anyway. And also, he's having beef with Biggie. But the theory is
dead.
He's not dead.
How is he not dead?
He's not dead, is he?
Is this like Elvis isn't dead? Because I heard him on the radio.
No, it had more depth than that. It was Frankie Boyles' theory, actually, and it was the idea that if you look back into the lyrics of Biggie's beef with Tupac, is that Biggie and Tupac were actually just gay lovers who wanted each other.
Okay.
And the killing of them both, because obviously they're both dead now, is staged at a time so they've both been running away. And what they were doing was waiting for they were waiting for gay marriage to be accepted.
And then they're going to come back.
And now they're going to come back, and they're going to come back through the medium of Eurovision, and they're going to represent Greece. And the reason why it was Greece is because there's lyrics from their beef, their diss tracks against each other that genuinely you could read into it like that. He'd obviously sat there on some strong hallucinogen and had come up with this unbelievable theory.
Yeah, because Frankie Boyles was the best source of legitimate information.
He's dead into his rap music.
Is he?
Massively so.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a great one. But I think Biggie and Tupac aren't dead anyway.
Oh my god! What about Elvis?
He died on the toilet.
Paul McCartney. Do you think he's dead?
Yeah, he's a stand-in for Paul McCartney as well.
Yeah, Paul McCartney. Lots of people think Paul McCartney's dead. Oh, we've talked about this, I think. And Avril Lavigne. Apparently, she's dead.
I don't mind about Avril Lavigne.
Apparently, there's a stand-in for her as well.
I don't buy that because I don't think she's worth replicating.
She was at the time, like at her height of her career.
Oh, because you did that really bad line about making it
something.
complicated, didn't you? Yeah, obviously. Yeah. But no, I don't buy that they got rid of her.
I don't know. I do not know.
Do you know what? I'm going to treat you to a second starter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not Unwatched. I thought we were going to go into Unwatched there for a second.
Are we going to go into Unwatched though?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
We are going to go into Unwatched. We actually had a bit of a discovery listening to Unwatched.
Yep.
Essentially, the theme tune to Unwatched sounded quite a lot like another song that we all know and love, which is currently being used on the Virgin Media adverts.
Is it actually?
It is. What was the song called exactly?
Oh my god, I don't remember.
But it's the tune from...
It was in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So we will bring you the new theme tune.
Oh my god.
To...
Terrified of this.
Unwatched.
build up.
Big build.
Unwatched.
It is time for Unwatched. It is time for Unwatched.
Unwatched. It is time for Unwatched.
So yeah,
Kim Jong Unwatched.
We recorded that last week. I'd forgotten quite how good it was.
Yeah, I think that was good. I think we'll shorten it next week, but just the end bit.
So
It's time for Unwatch.
In Unwatched news this week, we got a bumper Unwatch.
Well, yeah, we got double week because I wasn't here last week. So what happened last week while I was away in?
I don't know, but apparently the Sun are reporting that he appears to have lost weight.
Okay.
Because this week he was
looking quite fat the last time I saw photos of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking pretty tubby.
Well, was looking around a factory again this week, as he does.
Yeah,
presumably
not
called
an apple
like
farm this time.
No, presumably it was called like Factory XQ1 because his apple the fields were named like
they were, yeah,
in a number order. But to be fair to me, the pictures he still looks pretty. He's not exactly looking the picture of health to the guy.
What does he still look fat?
Yeah. In more sad news and more typical of Un himself.
Oh, who's he murdered?
6 school kids have drowned after being sent back into a school to collect a flooding school to collect the portraits of Kim Jong-un.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah, so Typhoon Lion Rock has battered rural areas of the rogue state, and the tragedy has cost the lives of 7 teachers and 6 staff, 6 kids.
That is sad.
133 people have died in total, and 395 remain missing.
I did hear about that and how it's a big humanitarian disaster.
Well, isn't it funny how, like, well, it's not funny, awful, poor choice of wording.
Yeah, well, no, but it's not that kind of funny, is it? Not
somebody said, how many people died in Haiti? Like 800 or something. Really awful. We don't really hear much about that. 130 die in North Korea, and this is the first we've heard of it. It's a stupid satire article off The Sun. I mean, it's still 130 people dying. NDTV reporting that North Korea is racing towards the nuclear finish line, whatever that means.
I suppose it means that they're armed with nuclear missiles, I imagine.
Who's this? There's another. They've got enough uranium. Kim Jong is posting job offers as well for all sorts.
That sounds good.
The job offers are amazing. It's him on a horse saying, the most glamorous man on earth is now hiring.
Oh, wow. Surely someone did that on...
It can't be. These things can't be real.
What are the jobs that he's going for then? Who does he need? Are you suitable for any of them?
You have to be aged between 12 and 55, which is a bit weird. You have to be able to work 14 hours a day, 7 days a week with a 1 lunch break. Rice provided, famine permitting. You have to be a team player who never ever questions orders for any reason. You have to be educated to understand communism and its best form of government, and that it is the best form of government in the world. And this is the slightly the alarming bit. Devoted to our supreme leader Kim Jong-un, who blesses us with the infallible leadership and asks only for unwavering allegiance in return.
Wow.
So that's news from Kim Jong. There's also that thing come up again about... Do you remember that barber who put an advert in his window saying that he could only do Kim Jong-un haircuts? And then he was in Ealing in London. Turns out he was actually only like 300 yards away from the North Korean embassy. And 2 blokes from the embassy came in and asked him to take the sign down. Yeah, that happened.
That must have been pretty sketchy, but he probably expected that, didn't he?
You'd think so. Last week we had news that the dog meat trade is currently flourishing in North Korea.
Oh, good.
With Kim Jong at the helm.
Is he a fan of the dog?
He's described here as a tubby tyrant. But,
what news source was this?
This is the Daily Star.
The Daily... Oh, okay. The tubby tyrant, Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. The thing is with this, is we obviously, the reason why we started Kim Jong Unwatched is the fact that there's just so much junk
there is.
poured out every week. All you have to do is just, I'm not giving away my trade secrets of how I do it, but because obviously there's a lot of time in
source, of course.
Yeah, I have an inside source inside North Korea,
yeah,
who gives me the latest up-to-date. I'm just reading off the email. But oh no, he can't email, can he? That's banned.
No, he can encrypt. Yeah,
email.
Dark.
He sends it on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a joke, really, isn't it? That it's just so.
It's such a bad
stupid.
situation over there.
It's so stupid.
If he has got nuclear arms as well, that's probably something to be scared of. We just need to bring back Star Wars.
And how's that going to help?
No, not the film. I think that's what it was called. It was a period in American and Russian Cold War history. I think it was Star Wars. I think that's what it was dubbed as. Where, or was that the space race? Oh, shit, I think I'm getting it all mixed up. But there was definitely a thing. I can't remember which president it was, but they were going to develop a satellite-based system that followed the Earth's orbit and would basically fire lasers.
Interceptors.
They were basically, interceptors. And they would fire lasers at any missiles that came from any direction towards the United States, and they could just blow them up midair with lasers.
Yeah, I think
we just need to bring that back.
Take a while to develop.
It's like, well, if they were doing it in the 70s, they probably cracked it by now. So
it sounds more like, which is the James Bond with the giant laser that he melts the Eden Project? Die Another Day? Yes. James Bond, Die Another Day.
Die Another Day with Pierce Brosnan.
With Pierce Brosnan and Madonna. When he's racing across the ice in that Jag and the Aston Martin Vanquish. And they melt the snow with the giant laser. But that giant laser is so big it could just kill anything.
It was called Star Wars.
What, this...
Yes, it was known as Star Wars Strategic Defense Initiative.
Laser Interceptor.
The SDI was a proposed missile defense system intended to protect the United States from attack by ballistic strategic nuclear missiles.
It only protects the United States?
Yes.
Or surely we could
it was Reagan in the 80s.
We could just aim it at North Korea and just stop anything they fire.
Yeah, that would basically be it. Yeah, and it was SDI was nicknamed largely in the mainstream media as Star Wars.
That's it, lads. Everybody, come watch the live stream. We've solved it again.
Yeah, we've solved all the problems.
Yeah, we do this a bit quite often.
Yeah.
But Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Star Wars.
Now let me just check the feed and see what's going on.
I know about Star Wars.
What? Sorry, what did you say?
No, I don't. Sorry.
You don't know about Star Wars?
No, I don't. I didn't do that.
Was there a joke there? Or?
No, there wasn't a joke. Okay. Sorry.
Have we had any comments? Yes, my sister. Hello.
I've been quite distracted
and
by
my
this
mother.
Facebook live feed, but it's interesting.
Wow, family members.
Lots of people are listening to the podcast, though. Thank you very much for all your...
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Numbers are flourishing again.
Well, I just looked at those numbers on the thing there. There's quite a few...
Yeah, loads of people have watched for 10 seconds and sodded off. I don't blame them. That's what I would do. Isn't it awful that it gives you that as a statistic?
It's probably what I'd have done as well. I'd just be like, what's this like? Oh, okay, yeah, fine. It's just nonsense. I'll just click like and then leave and make it look like I was watching.
Make it look like I care.
But no, seriously, thanks, guys. That's about time.
It's that time.
Yeah, it's about time.
Man, flipping heck. As you might have told, I'm a bit confused tonight. I've got really
we are trying to do like 4 things at once, so that's quite impressive.
We're not into this multitask thing.
Well, it's all right. We'll crack the multitasking. We will.
That concludes the personal messages.
We will get it right.
We will return.
We will return next week for another episode of Starter for 10.
He's been George,
and he's been Angus.
Yeah, that was Starter for 10. We started at news that a boy spent £100,000 advertising his brass band, and we'd still not heard of the brass band. And then we talked about lost phones,
losing things, breaking things,
sledging, riding truck bumpers down hills.
Yeah, we talked very good idea
about
films a little bit.
Films, your ridiculous knowledge of McConaughey films, watching films on planes.
Yeah,
that Disney film with Paul Walker,
8 Below. Fast and Furious and CGIing Paul Walker's face onto his brother.
VR cinema. Which nobody copy. We're going to do that.
That is our idea. We are patenting it now.
We also talked about Unwatched.
Oh, we have Unwatched, of course. Kim Jong-un and his most recent insanity.
Yes, he's been a busy boy in this double week off. Just got a tweet.
We got tweeted.
I got a tweet. I think this is... See, the beauty of being live is we can get live interaction.
So we got a live tweet. Oh, we didn't put our Facebook Live thing out on Twitter, did we? That was clever.
Yeah, we've had compliments on Unwatched this week. Would you believe?
Cool, nice.
Would you believe that? Right. Thank you very much for joining us. This is available in all the usual podcast places, as well as on Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
Find us on Facebook, tweet us, talk about whatever we said wrong.
Yes.
If you don't like what we're doing,
correct us.
leave us a review or a like or something. That'd be mega.
Yep, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.